So number 4, don't get hung up on scientific methods. Hi, it's Alding from the Mind Body Project. Welcome back to day number 4. So talking about behavioural change for 2019. So we're looking at what you need to look at and the plans that you need to make in order to have the behavioural change stick. So this is how you have things stick and make sure it lasts. Yeah. Now, I was looking on, there's a Facebook thing that I was looking at, and it had something about an NLP course, and then it had a psychologist or a psychiatrist, one of those, talking about NLP, saying that this doesn't work, this is a fraud, or this is what are they saying, this is a pseudoscience and all this nonsense. And I was like, really? Because this guy was and his reasoning for that was because he didn't have any scientific evidence. Yeah. Now, I've been through this a lot, and when I first started doing change work, started doing behavioural change work, there was a lot of fighting like this going on. It was like, no, you have to do it this way. No, you have to do it this way. And people were fighting. It was like psychologists were fighting these people were fighting these people. And I went, you know what, I'm going to do it all. I'm going to find out exactly how you do all of it, and then I'm going to test it myself. That's what decision I made to do. And that was about, 15 years ago now? So that's what I did. And then I found out some very interesting things. But this person was so hung up on the science method. And I'm going to put it to you like this. Science method. There. Yeah, this circle here. However many other ways to do it is probably the size of this room. You're actually limiting yourself completely if you're hung up on that. I used to be the worst person ever, because I did a sports science degree, I did a sports science diploma. I only used to do the science method. Yeah, only used to do that. Yeah, and anytime someone tried to do anything else like that, it's like it doesn't exist, doesn't work. I was worse than this guy. Until one day someone I could quote out all the quotes for all the research and everything. And then one day someone come up to me and goes, can you show me how to do it, please? And they're being genuine, they're just asking, it sounds really good, you sound really like you know what you're talking about. Show me how to do that. And I went, and I made up an excuse. I ain't got the time now. Is that the time? I better go. Well, maybe on Thursday, yeah. Because I didn't know what to do. I knew in theory what to do, but I didn't know how to behaviourally do it. I didn't have the skills to do it. That's all that matters. And what you've got to understand is that science, remember what I've said about this. Excellence is up here. Yeah, excellence. Dysfunction, let's say down there. Average, here. Average of the average. Is here, and this is basically where science is. So behaviourally, skills wise, you're going to be down here. Why is that? No, science is excellence. In behavioural change, not really. You can't, because when you do something scientifically, then you are gathering a randomised sample, average people, yeah, and you're trying to prove it with a theory. Well, a null hypothesis. I struggle to see what the methodology is, because you have to have a placebo and a double-blind study. I don't know how you would do that, but essentially, you have average people, randomised sample, And then what you're doing is you're getting the mean. And what they're doing is essentially they do a thing called a standard deviation there. And they're trying to get everybody to be normal. That's essentially if you look at how they do behavior in psychology, they're trying to get everybody to be normal. In NLP, you're trying to get excellent behaviors. You're not interested in this. Don't care. Who wants to be normal or average of the average, which is basically where you're going to be ended up? Who wants to be there? If you want to be there, then use a scientific way of doing it. The other thing about scientific methods is that you do not use a scientific method on one individual. And you know, and I know, that we're all unique. So this puts you more to do with down here. You can never get to excellence if you're going to do it that way. You're not going to get there. This is what they're trying to do, and this is what the results show. When you look at the IAP service and their stats, look at their stats. Go online and look at the stats that they get. Yeah, they're getting what? They're aiming for 50%. So all the people that go in there, so this CBT stuff that, which is evidence-based, not science-based, but it's evidence-based. But they're using it, and they're aiming for 50% of a reliable recovery rate, something like whatever it's called. But so they're getting that now. They're getting 50%. Yeah. But how many of those relapse within a year? 53%. So really, they are going to down there. So they're basically going where I've just said. It's around about 23% of people are getting helped using this method, the evidence-based method. Yeah, so that's where if you want that as a result, and this is why I said to you, know your outcome. Because scientifically proven to do what? What specifically is it scientifically proven to do? You have to be specific with your outcomes. So saying, hey, it's got scientific evidence, doesn't mean anything. Who can it help? What can it do specifically? And what it's going to do, and I'm telling you this, is it's going to make you normal. And these people think that that's where you want to be. Anyone outside of that, anyone excellent. And I asked a psychologist this, who was training us. I said, so that means you're saying that Cristiano Ronaldo and Messi are not normal people. Well, they're not normal people in that terms, but are you saying that they're not people that you want to aspire to be? And they're going, no, because they're not in this part. It's like, what the hell are you teaching me? Just get out, man. What are you teaching me that to be stupid for? You're teaching me to be worse than I am. It's like, why? Why would you want to do that? I've heard a psychologist say, what is it? Some guy's going, yeah, I'm feeling really, really happy at the minute. I've been doing a load of things, exercise, eating, and that. And the psychologist goes, I think you're too happy now. What the hell sort of crap is that? You're too happy. Maybe this, how can you, that's just dumb. You're too happy. So this is what you're dealing with. You've got to understand. And the thing is, what I use science for, me personally, is because I still like having science around. Again, especially when it comes to like noetic science and consciousness studies. I love looking at that. I love looking at things because what I use all of this for, and I say to you as well, use it in the same way, is that these are ideas for me to test on my own body. They're ideas to test. And the thing is, you've got to look at it this way. It doesn't matter if it's science or non-science. What I do is I go, you know what? I'm going to go and test on my own body to see if it's going to improve, alter, or change the end result to where I want to get to. That's what you're doing for everything. I don't care. People send me loads of techniques to test. I don't care if it's science or not science. Usually the science ones are the ones that actually have nothing to actually test because it's a theory. Yeah, I mean, they've even got a theory of behavioural change. It's like, what the hell? What? A theory of behavioural change? What's that? So I can look at it and go, oh, wicked. They want to change their behaviour. They don't want a theory of it. So it doesn't matter if it's science, it doesn't matter if it's non-science. You can use all of that. You can't use science on one individual. You can try, but then you're going to get to around about here. Then it's not designed specifically for you. It's designed for a population. Yeah, that's what it's designed for, a population. None of those, unless you're using the studies, and then even then, and it's only designed for improvement. It's not designed to get to excellence, and that's essentially where I want to work towards or get towards, and that's where most of you want to get towards as well. And the thing is, it's better to aim for the stars, because you may get to the moon. Yeah, but if you're not even aiming to get out of orbit, then you're not going to get anywhere. You've got to aim for the top. You've got to aim for your best, your potential, the best that you can be. Not going backwards. Not trying to be normal. Normal. What does normal even mean? Point to a normal person. It doesn't exist. So you're actually going for things that don't exist. I don't know. But that's my rant over with that. Do not get hung up on science methods or non-science methods. You have to do what's best for you. Test everything. Test everything. If for something science, go, yeah, I trust but verify. Go, all right, okay, I understand that source, brilliant, but I still need to verify it to make sure it works for me specifically to where I want to get to. Yeah, it doesn't matter. Stop getting hung up on that. If you do, then you're ending up there. You're just going to be average. If you want this excellent, then you find excellence and then you model it. Yeah, model excellence turns decades into days. Stop trying to go for average or average of the average. Yeah, you're just going to be in a position where you're going to be like everybody else. Yeah, 90% of the population or 95% of the population. If you want to be 95% of the population, do whatever the scientists are telling you. If you want to be better than that, if you want to get high, if you want to take bigger jumps, if you want to accelerate your learning, if you want to move up higher and learn skills where you're actually going to get results, then you need to come out of that and start looking at everything in the big picture.